Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Advanced Microeconomics Lecture 8. Today we are going to start exchange. What is exchange? Before starting it, we have to discuss three essential assumptions which will actually simplify our analysis and which are applicable in general cases. Let's see. Number first, we assume that consumers and producers are in competitive market. Mean all the giants are in the position that they can adopt the prices according to market situation. Mean they are the price takers and optimize those given prices. Second one, assume that there are only two goods market with either two consumers or producers. However, in the real world, it's not the case that in the real market there are only two consumers or two producers. But for understanding this concept, we just assume, as we assume in many laws of the economics that you have discussed, assumptions of law of demand, law of supply, law of equimargin utility, as we assume for the proving of our statement and law. Similarly, we are assuming here 3 points. Here we assume that the market is such a form where are only two producers. However, it's not the case of the real world. But to understand the concept, we assume here there are only two goods market and there are only two consumers or producers. At the third, we say that initially it will be the case like that. In the initially we will say that we ignore the production. Why we ignore the production? If you recall the concept of barter system, as in the barter system, two consumers exchange the goods with each other without the help of any producer. Similarly, for understanding this concept, we first assume that there is no production process and consumer are two consumers are born with a certain quantity of two goods. Means consumer already have goods. There is no need of a producer or the production process. So we assume here that two consumers are each endowed. What is endowed? Mean they are born with a certain quantity of goods and they are feasible for exchange of those goods, and there is not need of any producer and any production process. And how they achieve equilibrium? Through trade with one another. These two consumers, how they will exchange with one another, it is this exchange or this trade is simply called pure exchange economy. We can say it pure exchange economy. So we have discussed 3 assumptions. First, price takers. Second, two goods and market, two producers and two consumers. And third, we say that there is no production. We ignore the production and we say consumer are endowed with a certain quantity of goods. Mean market is having the pure exchange economy. Let's start. What is Edgeworth box? Edgeworth box might you have discussed listen this word first time today, and actually this concept shows such kind of behavior in which consumer and producers have to show their production and exchange of goods within a particular capacity or area, and there is the limits they will have to follow. It's the showing the general equilibrium analysis. Edgeworth was actually show general equilibrium analysis and show how the trading of the goods and how the production between the producers take place. And initially it emerged the indifference map between the parties in trade by inverting one of the diagrams. Actually, Edgeworth box also discuss two agents and their equilibrium by explaining the concept of indifference curve and difference map. If you recall your intermediate microeconomics concepts, what was indifference curve, indifference map, and how the consumer obtained the equilibrium. Similarly, you will have to recall here all your previous concepts of principles of microeconomics 1 and intermediate economics here. Let's we start. Let there be let's take two agents. We say there are where is the market, where are two agents A and B, and there are two goods 1 and 2, and these two agents which are actually the consumers, and agent we take person 1 or agent 1 and agent 2 by B, and we presents their consumption. Let's see, we say A's consumption XA, which is X1A and X2A, while consumption of B agent is presenting by XB, and this is capital XB, which is presenting small letter X1B and small letter X2B respectively. And the actually as we already discussed, that these two agents are born with initial endowment, means they already have the products. There is no need of any production process or any producer between these two consumers. And how we can represent initial endowment. Initial endowment can be presented like this, means initial endowment for A. This presents initial endowment for A, that is A1 and A2, while initial endowment for B is B1 and B2. This is presenting the sign of initial endowment here. And let's start Edgeworth box keys. Actually, we have a pair of consumption bundles, as we say that agent A consumption and agent B consumption, that is XA and XB, while feasible allocation can be presented that their consumption of both the agents equal to their endowments. This is actually the question which the Edgeworth box creation, that agent 1 A X1A consumption and agent B consumption B equalized endowment of A1 and endowment B1, while similarly consumption 2 from agent 2 A and consumption B from agent 2 equal to their endowments A2 and B2. This is the Edgeworth box, that this is simply a freehand diagram. There is no table and we not have to join any kind of points. Similarly, you have to draw a box on which you have to show your concept. Let's assume here at one origin we assume agent 1 or person A, while on the second origin we assume person B. And how they will exchange, here we present good 1 and here we present good 2, and person A's origin to move towards B. These curves IC1, IC2 and IC3, you can write the name here. I say IC1, this IC2 and this IC3. Actually these three IC curves which are convex to the origin actually presenting the agent A's level of satisfactions, while these ICs which are from this origin to convex, while from this origin they are concave, these are presenting person B. These are presenting persons B. You can see this one and this one. These are convex to from person B while they are concave from person A. These are presenting the satisfaction level of consumer B. Here you can see how we can explain that both the agents are presenting their level of satisfaction, and how these indifference curves, as I already discussed with you, that these indifference curves are presenting the level of satisfaction for both the agents. And no, they have to decide what they think that how their equilibrium point for both agents they will obtain. They will have to decide according to this Edgeworth box and feasible allocation, as well as both the preferences both the individuals will decide. So it will depict their equilibrium level. So we can say that all feasible combination are presenting in this Edgeworth box, and they are presenting the preferences of both the individual. And this is the case when there is not representing any kind of producer. In this case, we are not presenting any kind of producer. We say that consumer is endowed with two products. Two producers are two agents case, and we already assume in its assumption that we assume that there are only two agents and two goods, and we present the case of these two agents. It's all about Edgeworth box today, about trade. We will discuss in the next lecture. See you in the next lecture. Allah Hafiz.